damn it. Finally. Animations Anonymous is back after a year, and this is take 2 because
After a
of
year,
faulty
yeah.
technology.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
faulty
I
technology.
don't think
Fucking hell.
it's more user error, but yeah, we'll go with faulty technology.
Blame it on the technology. Jeez.
Blame it on the boom
Um,
boom.
so today, my lovely co-host Gregory and myself will be covering. Myself being Zach, will be covering Batman: The Killing Joke from 2016
Yes.
and the movie. So this is based off a graphic novel or a one-shot from Alan Moore and Brian Boland. Um, it was released in '88, I think, '89 maybe. No, '88 because Tim Burton was like, "Oh, this is my inspiration for my Batman movie." I was
I
like,
don't know
"Okay,
why, but I always found I like that, and then the Dark Knight Returns. I've always been amazed that something that gritty came out in the '80s. Unless
dude,
that's commonplace.
86 was the year of fucking reboots and just shit going crazy." So like
No shit.
started off with Gwen's not in '86, but in the late '70s, Marvel killed off Gwen Stacy, which had never happened before. The Spider-Man lost for the first time. Green Goblin killed himself. Spoiler alert. Um, and then in '86, they were like DC was like shitting their pants because they had so much continuity from the '40s. They had 40 years of history that was just like, what's even fucking canon anymore? So
Right.
they had Crisis on Infinite Earths to basically fold all those multiverses into one fucking planet. So '86, you got Watchmen, you got Dark Knight Returns, you had Frank Miller on Daredevil. What else? I'm not sure if Animal Man was at that point. God Loves Man Kills came out around that time too, I think. So all this British wave of creators for comics just came in and was like, all right, we're just gonna uproot this shit. Frank Miller's from Vermont, but whatever. Um, anyway, so graphic novel. There's two different colorings. One's psychedelic and hippie, which I prefer, but that's just me. And then the other one is based on the movie, like the movie.
More
The flashbacks
modernized.
are, yeah, more sepia tone for the flashbacks, and then the red super highlighted. Where this one, because I have it on the side screen, is less muted, but in the book it's actually like sepia tone,
Mm-hmm.
but with red. The red pops out. Um, so anyway, uh, anything I'm forgetting? I don't think so. So
Not to
yeah,
brag, of course, we're doing this live. She gets it.
for the first time.
Yeah. Do you have the stream pulled up? Seeing the little
Yeah,
thing? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So it just came to me. It's like yes, gifts. That's what we need. Slideshow
Gifts.
of gifts with the
Yes.
movie poster in the background, making it out like it's the best
Um,
damn thing since the printing press. I could push a button.
um, I could push a button. Just Greg with a big red button on his keyboard pushing it for the gifts.
Yes.
Um, for the memes. So, do we want to get into this nightmare
So
first half?
to clarify, wasn't this like the first half was written by somebody else, and then the second half is written by like
So,
I
to clarify,
yeah.
the first half of this movie, the first half an hour and 1 minute, does not exist in the graphic novel.
No,
It was entirely made up for this movie.
you don't say.
Brian Azzarello, who wrote this movie in its entirety, but basically just went, "Hey, I'm just going to take most of the Killing Joke dialogue for the second half and throw it in there," and then that
Yeah.
end credit sequence is also him. So he wrote that. Who, like Alan Moore says he hates comic books and superheroes, and they're dumb and they're just a bunch of stupid assholes. that run around in colorful underwear. But if you read a lot of Alan's DC work, like For the Man Who Has Everything, which has an excellent Justice League Unlimited episode that we should do eventually.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a short. If you read that, his Man for Tomorrow, this Swamp Thing, there's some other stuff, but he really does love these characters because he pays stupid amounts of detail to stuff and just gets them right.
Right.
Like basically he just shit it out and was like, okay, cool. Like since then, Alan Moore's kind of a douche, but Brian Azzarello has been on record that he hates superheroes in their entirety and is just like, ugh. Like all his stuff is all dark and gritty and realistic where people are just super shitty. Like, don't get me wrong, there obviously are shitty people in the world, but like to the nth degree where it's just like gross.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this first half was Bruce Timm and Brian Azzarello being like, let's make a stupid scene or stupid half an hour so that they get connected to Barbara. Even though, like I said, oh, that was in the other draft. Well, shit, I didn't say this. So even though it's 40-year-olds and 20-year-olds that are already immersed or know something about the character, otherwise, why the fuck would they be picking up the movie? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you really didn't need it.
No, they could have done. I don't know.
A longer memory sequence, maybe.
Not even that. You just do the Killing Joke and then do like Joker's first appearance for funsies. Like do The Man Who Laughs. Okay, it's not very long. It's about the length of it. You know, because this movie's shorter than the other ones. I think they're about an hour and a half long. This one's only an hour and 15. So you could have done that. But yeah, this beginning Barbara sequence wasn't neat. Entire half an hour wasn't needed. It's really bad. Like,
yeah, it's...
ooh, it hurts. It makes me hurt. So we'll get into this because there will be rants abound.
Oh yeah, plenty.
So the movie opens. Actually, I already know this half because I've read the book a lot. So the movie opens with, and it's rated R, and WB made a big stink that it's rated R. Aren't we cool? Like, look at us. We finally caught up with Japan and started doing rated R animation. Yada, yada, yada. But Batman and Batgirl get a phone, like, the signal. I was going to say a phone call about a robbery
big red
of an...
bat phone.
Yeah. They get a call for a giant armored truck that's being robbed. So Batgirl jumps on top and is like, "Oh, I'm going to save the day," and yada yada yada. And meanwhile, the thugs in the truck are like, "Oh, what? You never been in a police chase?" Because one dude's all nervous and shit, and the other dude's just like, "Haha, this is a joke because it's a stupid fucking comic book movie, and I don't give a shit." So he's chilling. He's like, "Take a left. This left? Yeah, that left." So the dude turns, and then Batgirl's on top, and she's running. And they get to the cab part or the driver's thing. So he starts shooting, and then she like falls off the side onto the passenger side and is hanging onto the mirror. And he blows her a kiss. Okay, whatever.
Is a Goyle. So
Yeah.
Ooh,
she's a pretty girl. Look at me. I'm a stupid, stereotypical
Greaser.
misogynist like dipshit. So that happens, and when that happens, shortly after the truck flips over or something, I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that. Flips over.
Truck flips over, or no, that's what they do. They eject the fucking trailer to the truck, so the trailer just leaves.
They pull a Han
and then Batgirl, yeah,
drop the load,
and then and then Batgirl jumps onto the cab. There we go. Have the movie on the side, so I know what I'm doing. So then he starts shooting, yada yada yada. She gets on the side, blows her a kiss. Stupid. Then he kicks her in the face, and she falls on the street. Lovely. Batgirl failed. Oh no. What are we gonna do? And I don't hate Batgirl. I just hate her in this movie.
Yeah, she's
Or
unbearable.
this
in
half of
this first half.
This first half of the movie. And so the guy in the trailer's like, all right, I'm going to shoot you. It's going to be a bad day. And Batgirl's like, look, you don't have to do this. You really don't. And then Batman just fucking hits him with a Batmobile.
Yeah, she's like, you're in a bad situation. It could always be worse. And all of a sudden, thud. Batman hits him with the ass of the Batmobile. It was great. Okay. Yeah. That one was pretty funny.
And I also don't like Batman's characterization in this at all. As in, he's like, Batman usually has a stick up his ass, but this is like puppet erect stick up his ass. Like, you'll do what I say, yada yada. Like in Batman the Animated Series, the No Fear episode, where Scarecrow gasses him and he has no fear or whatever, and he's just like, fuck this shit, you don't know shit, I know everything, yada yada yada, don't do anything, blah 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 blah. So the next part of the movie, Perry goes to see his uncle, who is a Gotham crime lord, and he thinks he's hot shit. And I'm pretty sure this is like kind of like John Wick. I don't know if you've seen John Wick, the first one.
No, I haven't seen it.
But
I'm uncultured.
You owe Keanu to see John Wick. Anyway. So he goes sees his uncle, and his uncle's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, this was supposed to be, an easy job, and you fucked it up. And Perry's like, oh, I'm super good, or you didn't lose shit. Like, it's fine. It's just a fucking job. And, the mob boss is like, no,
it's
you
so
fucked
cliche.
up. It's important that we got this shit done. And now everyone's going to be on my ass in Gotham, and yada, yada, yada.
It's very just it's so like cliche and fucking I can't put my finger on how. It's just, it feels like I seen this somewhere, like in a shit ton of other movies, and it just happens to be a Batman film. I'm just like, ugh.
And then Perry's all like, I'm super smart and I know shit that my uncle doesn't because I'm an asshole. So then we cut to the library, and I'll let you take it from here, Greg. Let you take it.
I love when I first saw the movie, I immediately knew the dude was gay. But just how he styled, his mannerisms, his fucking voice is like acting. I'm just like, oh, he's gay.
It's not even subtle about it.
No, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, obviously. Like, people, there's plenty of gay guys like that. So, like, but the problem is, like, he's in this first half, and then nothing. They couldn't have at least stuck him in, the hospital room with Harvey Bullock being their friends.
Nope.
No, he's not there. He's forget about this guy. He doesn't exist anymore. So
he's discarded. Literally at the 31-minute mark, just doesn't appear for the rest of the fucking movie.
Because they look to be close friends, and talking, and like he's trying to get her to he's trying
spill
to
the beans,
get her some dick and shit, but she's not into it. Because is this the scene where she explains how she has a yoga instructor she's into or some shit?
No, that's later.
Oh yeah,
that's after the bank
meld
heist.
Together. They all meld together, these meetings. In the scenes and shit.
It's atrocious.
I love the character, but not in the right way. Me, why the fuck is this a thing way?
Right.
Yeah, like, yes.
You just kind of either groan or laugh at how bad this is.
I laugh at that guy. Anyway.
Both. I do both. I'm just like, oh no.
Oh no.
So the next scene is they're hired to rob a bank that's owned by his uncle. It's revealed later. So Batgirl busts them and beats up the guys and whatnot. And then Perry's like, congratulations, it's my little red-headed bird or whatever the fuck. And it's like, ooh, look at me, I'm hitting on a superhero because I'm a weirdo. Like, sometimes it's really cliche and uncomfortable. I'm just like, can you not?
Do
Like
not?
every other line to her is either "Hey beautiful," "Hey pretty," "Oh, look at this! It's like a date or a dance." Isn't it funny? And
This
then
is shit
Batgirl's like,
I would.
"Oh, fuck you!"
This is shit I would expect out of like a fucking. Honestly,
Fan
the
film.
animated series. It's like a bad episode of the animated series.
It's a bad fan film, like real bad. Um, so Perry and Barbara fight, and then they're like, and then he's got her in like a sleeper hold and shoots her with like sleeping gas or some dumb shit. And then he's like, "Oh, you'll be out in a couple hours, but first I gotta take a kiss." Like,
Yeah, very rapey, and it's talking
fucking,
about how it smells like
fucking really,
cherries. Like,
yeah,
oh,
like, fucking really, dude.
like,
So she knees him in the gut and runs into the bank vault, and then they get away. And then Batman shows up while Barbara's pouting on the rooftop because she screwed it up. And he gets her coffee, and Batman's like, "Look,
I don't know
he
why.
almost had you. You need to not."
I don't know why. Just see Batman with a cup of coffee in his hand. Looked great. And yeah, he goes. He pretty much kicks her off the case because
Immediately, like,
it's like, first of all, Bats. Like, really? It's just I kind of agreed
it's
with Barbara on that one.
jackass.
I kind of agree with Barbara on one. It's like, so what if he likes you? He's like, he doesn't fear you. I'm like, who the fuck cares? There's people who don't fear you. Like, it's just a dude. All you gotta do is beat the fuck out of, like she does later, in a weird fucking scene we'll talk about later. But
And this is my favorite part. So Perry, right?
mm-hmm.
His fucking gangster name. I don't know what you want to call it. His alias is Paris France. Isn't that funny? It's like Paris, France. Ha ha ha. Comic book superheroes are fucking stupid, aren't they?
I love it because she's like,
Oh.
I love she like did a Batgirl does a spit take and looks at like, really, and Batman's all serious and shit. I'm just like, I okay.
I'm Batman. I'm an asshole. So that scene transitions into another lovely meeting of the minds of our flamboyantly gay character and Barbara. And
Our
this
favorite.
is the library scene that you were thinking of, where she's talking about the yoga instructor.
That's a very interesting backup.
It's such garbage. It's so bad.
Stop.
Like, it's trash.
Oh, with my head.
Wait, you're into a yoga instructor? So there's no sex. Like, could you? You're in a library, dude. There's like people 5 feet away that are probably not trying to hear about the exploits of their librarian getting doinked by some dude.
Oh, is that what she is? She's a librarian? I figured she's just like a student.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense. I love how I'm just noticing that, too. That shows you how much I care.
I just like him for the yoga and who is he to call me and blah blah, like make decisions for me and this, that, and the other, and you know, like, and there's a public outcry of it. Oh,
and then oh god, the line of the night, and they say the gay scene's complicated. What? It's so bad. Fuck this first half. There's a reason why anytime I throw this fucking movie on, I immediately skip to fucking the scene where he finds all the goddamn dentists or whatever the fuck they are in the room. It's like, God. Ugh. I'm fucking okay. Before anyone says that, look, I'm pansexual. I like me the gays. I'm gay. But God,
he likes his co-hosts.
I want to see my co-host's butthole. But no, this is no. This guy was literally shoehorned in just for the sake of humor. That's bad humor. It's not even clever.
It was bad. So
bad.
the next scene, we go to a yacht, and it's Paris France's fucking boat, and then there's a bunch of, I don't know, hookers.
Yeah, they're
hookers. I don't know.
Yeah, and
We made you.
one of them has a mask and like hands it to the dude, and fucking the guy throws the mask in the water. It looks like it's cut into the shape of Batgirl's cowl. I'm like, ugh, God, Jesus Christ, no! This guy's a
And
fucking
so
nasty.
chode. He's a chode.
He's a
Um,
nasty.
he a nasty. Ooh, you nasty. Um,
Yeah.
so they get a phone call from his uncle, and then surprise, no one answered, and then gunfire, and then dude gets shot in the head, and it's really graphic for no reason, and it's just like, come on, God, like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Can you try any harder for this rated R, like rated R rating?
I was gonna say, I
Like,
mean, yeah.
Christ. Like there's one point in one of the previous scenes, he's like, it really creeps me the F out. Like, could you not say fuck?
Right, like,
You have a R rating. Like,
just say
what the
fuck. My God.
it's not hard. It rhymes with truck. Um so that happens. Uh Guys search the boat. Paris, France, and fucking Baldhead McGee find scuba suits and get out, and then the boat explodes because, of course, Paris, France is such an evil genius. um, he blows up his uncle's thugs, and then there's a scene where Batgirl discovers a cell phone, and it's like Paris, France being like, "Ha ha ha ha! I have a special surprise for you because I'm a fucking creep, and tell me you love me, see me." Um, So then Batman's like, I'm going to a warehouse of some sort.
Yeah, he said, come to the place we first met.
Right.
So Batman's on the way to the bank, to that
Mhm.
warehouse bank. And then Batgirl halfway through realizes, like, wait a minute, the first
See
place.
some dude driving a truck.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god.
Oh
And
my God, an average Joe suddenly
this,
triggers a memory.
this Mexican dude's just like, the fuck you staring at?
It's like, why is there a woman dressed as a bat?
Staring at me. Like with intent. The fuck?
Intent.
And then she goes, ha ha ha. I'll figure it out. And then she goes to the impound where the truck is and finds another cell phone. And then he's like, I've got a surprise for you. And tells her to meet him or find the surprise. Whatever the fuck you want to say.
Shit, right?
Find the surprise at her uncle's pad, which we've seen before when Franz got fucking yelled at. So she goes there and she's walking, and he's like, "Ooh, you're getting hotter, hotter. You might have to call the fire department." Like, that's word for word what's in the fucking movie, and it's god awful. So she opens the office, and it's dark. She's like, "Where's the surprise?" "Ooh, wait, just wait. You'll just take a look around." So she looks around, opens a closet, and his uncle's dead. And she's like, "Ugh." And then she gets back on the
Some
phone. She's
surprise.
like, lovely. Right. She gets on the phone, and then she hears the doorknob or some shit, or the guy's kick on the door, and she's hiding above the fucking the the door frame, and then jumps on this dude for no reason. Like, she could have waited till they were both not paying attention. Maybe it's just me playing stealth games, but till they're not paying attention, and then jump down and run out and not almost get shot like 4 times. And then there's an action scene, which is all right, I guess.
Not really.
I don't know. It's meh. And sometimes Batman's fucking model looks way off. Like, sometimes his nose goes from like a normal nose to like a really big nose and to back. Oh boy. Next scene, Batman scolds Barbara for going off without him. You shouldn't do this. He's interested. Blah 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 blah. You can't treat me like a child. Da, 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 da. Oh, Greg's on the phone.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So Batman's scolding Barbara, and Barbara's like, "I'm not a kid anymore. Why can't you trust me? I thought we were partners." Because you'll get on the abyss, and then you'll have to trudge back. And I never want you to experience that because fucking what the fuck ever. It's so stupid. And then she's yelling at him and sounds like fucking Raven and Harley Quinn in one fucking scene. Yeah, they fight, and then she tries to hit him. He blocks a bunch of shit, and then pushes her. And she goes again, and then she knocks him over or flips him over or something. And then she's got him pinned to the ground like Simba, pinned you again. And then fucking kisses him. And then they go to Bangtown.
Yeah.
They bump the uglies for no fucking reason. It's fucking atrocious.
Why are they suddenly in love?
Because she's been in love since it started. He's like, you're my best friend, one of my only friends' daughter. How about no? I realize you're 20 and I'm like a second father to you, but no. But apparently not. That's what Batman's reaction should have been, but no.
He's like,
that's not it.
He's like, well, I'm not gonna say no.
Not because it's like 2 weeks or something, or like 3 days. So imagine the conversation. Batman just like, "Hey, Jim? Yeah, Batman. I have something to tell you.
Fucked your girl. Jesus Christ.
I fucked your daughter." Like, it's really fucked up when you think about it.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I know, because like it's nothing new. There's been universes and arcs where they're together. And
no, it's just Batman the Animated Series. Like, no one
really?
was like,
so it's
"Oh
just
yeah,
them?" Okay.
Yeah, it's just Bruce Timm and his weird obsession.
Maybe Bruce Timm likes the younger ladies.
Like,
he's into that.
In an interview, Bruce Timm's like, or in one of the it's on the Blu-ray and DVD collections, but we know it's wrong. That's why it's like, that's what makes it interesting and all this stuff. It's like, no, that's creepy, weird incest. Like, stop.
Incestual.
Oh,
the Bat family. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Oh god. Speaking of the scene, it's actually just pulling up on my fucking screen. I just saw titties and a gargoyle looking down.
Right, and then the symbolism, like, oh no, they shouldn't have done that. What wacky hijinks will happen now?
Yes, and then Batman has post nut clarity about it all. And doesn't want to talk to Batgirl.
It's like, nope, she crazy. I'm out.
What have I done? My god! Yeah, we cut back to the goddamn library. Our favorite fucking character. My god. And
I don't remember what that discussion's about.
About the fucking.
Yeah. And was it good? Oh, it was extraordinary. Like, the fuck?
Padding.
I hate it. I hate every minute of it.
God damn
and then she's at a cafe, and Paris, France is on the loose. Because fucking stupid. So she pays for food and drink and whatever. And then there's this dude, fucking move the car, George moment. Because there's this dude and this girl arguing. She's like, oh, I do everything for you. I cook and clean, yada, yada, yada. You're suffocating me. Like, I need my space. And then Batgirl, for no fucking reason, is just like, yeah, I'm pissed off. Let me fucking flip him over the bushes. Fuck you, dude. Because it's not a parallel. And then the next scene is Batgirl pouting on a fucking water tower. Ugh, should I press the call while she's talking to a fucking pigeon like a crazy person? Should I push the button? I mean, all right, I'm going to do it anyway. Click. So she calls Batman. And she's like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, I'm at the docks. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever bullshit exposition you want to give him. She's like, can I join you? No.
No. Please don't. It's awkward as hell right now.
I hate you.
I
I
hate it.
hate you so much. Oh,
Why do you hate me?
oh.
You're the one who suggested this.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just like, oh, I hate you. I hate you
Oh,
so much. Batman's just like, why?
fuck off.
Um,
Stop calling me.
and right. Just let me punch people. Jesus Christ. So then Batman gets distracted or something or hangs up on Barbara because I don't remember what else she asks. How about after? Can we talk after? No. And then gets distracted, hangs up, and then Mr. France tries to blow up the Batmobile with a rocket launcher.
By the way, none of this
And
I don't think it appears in the trailer. I just
no,
realized.
of course not.
Of course it
Of
doesn't.
course not.
Because they knew it would be like people were like fuck that and not go
What
see
is
it.
this?
Oh my god, we totally forgot. This had a theatrical release for like I think
Just
a
for
weekend.
Fandango. Yeah,
Okay.
for a weekend. It was a Fandango thing.
A Fandango
So,
exclusive. It aired at AMC, I remember. I wanted to go see it, but I
yeah,
couldn't at the time.
I have the money.
Yeah, I didn't have the
It's like,
money either. Fuck.
whatever. I'll just never mind. Anyway, so I'll just acquire it by some other means. Um so the dock, Batmobile's exploded. You know what? The paralyzing injury that Batman has that he can't fight these street thugs that he should be able to just, I don't know,
Wallop
fucking
just by looking
be
at him.
done with. Right, be done with. He gets a piece of wood from a fucking crate stuck in his side. And that takes him off the table.
Damn, Batman. Mind
Like,
you,
what
in
the
the second half, he gets the shit kicked out of him with a frying pan. For a
Right.
split second, and he's still walking.
Like, what the fuck? So then Batgirl comes to the rescue and basically, like, Ghost Riders the shit out of France. And so what I mean by Ghost Rider is she's got, like, a chain hook and just wraps it around his throat and chokes him and drags him and then flips him into some crates and starts beating the shit out of him. Like, hardcore. And keeps punching him, and he's like,
And
"Oh,
just
what's wrong, Ray?"
starts yelling at him, going, "You ruined everything." And just like, I remember at that point seeing the movie for the first time going, what the fuck?
Why? Why? Why are you like this?
And then was a douchebag goes, "That time is the most." I'm like, oh my god. I get
Right.
it. You're supposed to hate him, but this is just, ugh.
I hate him for all the wrong reasons.
It's off. Exactly. It's off-putting. It's like, fuck
It's
off.
terrible.
Go,
Oh, it's
Go.
bad.
go fucking suck a lemon.
Oh, and then the best part is after the fucking dock scene, so Batgirl and Batman are just standing there after she beat the shit out of them, and then the cops, you hear the cop sirens, which are like a block away. And then it goes to a scene of,
Oh my god,
it's,
something we forgot to mention, because like this was a rant I wanted to have.
okay, go for it.
So what during the argument, Batman, one of his fucking things against Batgirl was like, you don't see it, you don't see it like me. You still see it as like a thrill, so that fact. You don't know what it's like to be on the edge, this, that, and the other, to go on the edge. So what this scene told us is this is Batgirl seeing it on the edge, and I'm just like, okay.
Yes. Some nobody.
You compare that to Batman watching his fucking family die and coming close to killing people himself. And for Batgirl, it was beating the fuck out of a dude, and I mean beating the fuck out of the dude, and then going, wow, that's what life on the edge is, I guess. And then quitting. I'm just like,
hardcore. Oh, the quitting scene's even better because they're on the same rooftop that they fucked on.
again, like, okay, so
and Batman walks there, stands there for a second, and goes, "Batgirl, no, close." Like, can you fucking not? At every point that these people open their fucking mouths, I want to strangle somebody.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, and then fucking...
No, but I quit. I don't want to do this anymore. And Bruce is just like, okay. Oh, and there's some stuff. There's some stuff here that you can't have exploding gas balls going off in my apartment.
So you said Bruce
Superheroes are
Timm.
stupid assholes.
Okay, if Bruce Timm did this, and doesn't Bruce Timm do some of the new 52 movies too?
No.
No, okay. So
So
if this is any indicator to the Batman the animated series reboot,
revival. Ooh,
ha! Revival. Oh
uh,
boy,
please don't.
this is gonna be
So
great.
okay, this the next scene is the dentist scene, which is okay. I
Well,
don't like how.
hold on. Before
how
we get into the second
okay.
half, let's just talk more about the first half. So
Oh jeez, can't.
overall,
I could, but I can't.
just the overall. Come on, you gotta.
Dog shit.
It's dog
Don't
shit.
watch.
Don't
Don't.
watch it. Yes.
Don't waste your fucking time. They shouldn't have wasted the Korean animators' time with this dumb horse shit.
Dumb horse shit. Let me look up
Like,
the exact text that Zach sent me when I was at work. By the way, Zach's original idea was just to review the second half, and I'm like, no, we can't go half pregnant. We gotta do the whole damn thing. Fucking, let's see. 5 minutes into the non-killing joke part, and I'm already tempted to fast forward. And I just text back, I'm going off memory and having it on in the background while we record. He just goes, it's bad, and woof. I asked, pan shittingly? He said, like, worse than I remember.
oh yeah, it's pants shittingly bad. Like,
Yeah, it's,
I could write something more engaging than this dumb shit. Like, what the fuck?
I think a lot of people could. I just don't understand why. Why?
You have the killing joke. You could have just made it a short. Like, okay, so if we started at the dentist point, because I have it up here, right? The dentist mob thing, whatever. The rain scene, so the clouds or whatever, and it's raining, and that's where the movie starts. That's still a 45-minute movie.
Yeah.
Short film. Sorry.
I'm sure you
like,
could probably, and if you really wanted to pad it out to an hour 15, I'm sure you could fucking, come up with, or at least an hour. You could probably come up with 15 minutes by extending something, extending a scene or two.
Or, right. Or, I don't know, put in one of the DC animated shorts in front of it. Oh, gasp. Like, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
it's like, there's so many other options. Okay, so let's just say it is 45 because that end scene is just dumb. Like, it's not dumb, but it doesn't need to be there because it throws off the tone of the movie, because the first half and some of the middle is narrated by Barbara, and then the end credit scene is like, but then I turned my life around. Like it's a fucking joke. Well, I'm paralyzed now and stuck in a wheelchair.
Oh, that scene. That's right. Okay, yeah, the post-credit scene. That probably wasn't necessary.
Like, I get it. It happens in the comics, but
it's so
again,
jarring.
Your audience should has familiarity with the property. So
the difference in writing too is jarring because they took most of the dialogue from
is democracy
the book.
They took most of the from the comic.
Yep.
So and you could tell it's so different because usually in like literature, it's all artsy fartsy and really talk. It's great dialogue. So to hear
That's just Alan Moore, though.
To hear it is great. Like, I fucking love the dialogue in the second half, but to compare it to the first half where it was just
cringe
terrible.
After cringe after cringe.
It's really fucking jarring. Also, thank you to Felix Raman for the follow.
Ooh.
Thank you. A great fucking time to follow us. So,
damn it.
So let's dive into it then. Let's dive into the second half.
Okay. So this is where you would start the movie.
Usually.
This is an added scene, but it's fine. It's a good place to start it. My one problem rewatching it was I don't like Harvey's obsession with like words that people would want to hear type thing. Like, ugh, thought you'd like to see this. And Batman's like, what the fuck does that mean?
He's like, what? That's funny. Why would I want to see it? I don't know. I liked it. I thought I found it very comic booky.
It's not Bullock. It's not Bullock. And that's the other thing. Like, I don't understand why in some of these animated stuff that Harvey Bullock shows up, they don't get the original voice actor back. He's in Arkham Origins, and
For
that's
2
the
seconds.
last thing I've ever heard him in.
I'm sure you can find more dialogue from him in that game. I swear. I think the only thing I can remember of him is him in the fucking beginning of Arkham Origins after you beat Croc.
The beginning, and then there's a scene on the bridge with Gordon after Firefly, I think.
Best payday. You probably made a shit ton of money too.
Right. But the dentist thing, it's like, okay, it's a dentist convention.
The imagery's
okay.
fucking creepy. Like when they zoom in on the bodies, it's like, ooh.
The Man Who Laughs has a similar thing. Like, so, well, you didn't finish year one, but like at the end of Batman Begins, where he's like, I got a friend, and someone's poisoning the water supply and called themselves Joker. Well, in that book, it opens with a similar thing where Joker's been testing his toxin, but they don't know it's the
Go ahead and keep talking.
continuity. Yeah, but they don't know it's the Joker, so it's a similar thing where there's a bunch of dead bodies all grinning and smiling and fucking whatever. So Batman's like, I need to talk to Gordon, but I can't. He's indisposed. I need to talk to Gordon. So then we transition to Barbara running in a park. And then she runs back to her apartment, huffs and puffs, and has her mouth open for a really odd amount of time. God, I can't talk today.
Whose mouth is open for a long time?
Barbara's, while she's running, she's just...
She's breathing through her mouth. What? She's a mouth breather.
Constantly. But her mouth, like when you breathe out your mouth moves. You don't just hold it open. Like, the fuck? Anyway, so she ends up back at her apartment. As soon as she walks in the door, her dad calls. Oh, hi, Dad. How's it going? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, it's catching up.
Yeah.
Says he's going to be late or some shit.
Has to speak to a friend. And
yes,
then
honey.
This is where I start the movie. Because that's where the book starts. Is when the Batmobile pulls up in front of Arkham Asylum. And you see Batman walking. And it's like coming home. But that's a different Arkham Asylum story that might not do. Because they don't have a movie of it. So Gordon's like, Batman, what the fuck? And Batman's like, I'm not talking to you. So I'm just going to walk past the receptionist. And in the book, when they walk past the receptionist, she has a little desk thing that says, you'd have to be crazy to work here. Because it's Arkham Asylum. Ha ha ha. Isn't it funny?
Yeah, that's clever. I like it.
So, and then in the book, so for me, this is going to be a lot of comparing it to the book. In the book, they also reference Harvey Dent. But it's cooler, for me anyway, in the book, because he's not reaching for his coin like he is in this. But his face is perfectly... Yeah. In the book, his face is perfectly divided by the prison bar. So you see the half is Two-Face, half is Harvey Dent, and then they just walk past, and then everything's basically the same.
Yeah.
And then Batman, walks to the Joker cell. Joker's playing solitaire or Suits. I don't fucking know.
It's solitaire.
But anyway, yeah, solitaire, and not talking, not saying anything. Doesn't even react to Batman walking in the room. Batman walks in and goes, look.
The dialogue is so fucking good. I love this scene. I love it.
I need you. I need to talk to you because our relationship's fatal. You're either going to kill me or I'm going to kill you. Like, we need to figure this out. We're talking about life and death here.
Yeah.
And
grabs the dude by the hand.
grabs his hand. And he pulls away, and Batman looks at his glove, and it's white.
He's got makeup
and
on
then he
it.
grabs the dude. I don't know where he is, man.
Hey, man, I got rights. You can't do that. I got rights.
Where is he?
Do you have any idea what you just released or something like that?
Yeah. Where is he? And then Gordon hears it. He's like, don't you touch a hair on his head.
Also, he throws the wig.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Here,
really?
you can have all of it.
Calls him a stain.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Batman had no chill.
Right. And going back to the 89 comparison, I don't know if that was in the first draft or the second, but whatever. The ears on Batman's cowl go up and then curve out. That is directly in 89. If you look at 89's cowl, it's directly based off this
Oh shit.
design. And also there's a giant bat. That's for a different movie. But anyway. Second other scene, next scene is the fucking Joker buying the carnival that the main event will take place at. And I love this scene.
Yeah, I do
because
too.
It's good.
Talks about how it smells like piss and doesn't know if it's a hobo
It's
or
derelict. Yeah, it's derelict, smells like piss, and completely garish. And if you let children on this ride, they'll
surely be
they'll
maimed
die.
or worse.
Yeah.
And
so you don't want it? I love it.
I love it. Like, I love this exchange. I love the fucking. What as they said, just need some spit and polish. All some people are, who are they?
Yeah.
Spit and polish. Fucking.
So
good.
Yeah. Again, this is just me wanting to see the book kind of panel for panel, even though I know what's going to happen. Like, I want it brought to life. So the transition for the scene is different in the book. He's not looking at, well, they combine the two, I think. Because in this one, I think he's looking at a picture of a fat lady.
Yeah, it's the fat lady.
The bearded fat lady. Right. So in the book, he's looking at a clown fortune teller thing. It's got like its hand wide open or open for like a handshake or whatever. So that's different because then it like transitions to his pre-Joker wife, and that's the transition. At least I think it is. I don't have it in front of me right now, but I know there's two of them that are like that. So he's looking at either the fat lady first, and then it transitions to that.
I guess
and then
it
we
makes
go to
sense
Proto-Joker.
because like the fat
Pregnant
lady cuts
lady
to the
and-
pregnant lady, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I
this
love
is our
this.
first
Yeah.
Proto-Joker scene.
I do love like these flashbacks. They're like to see like the human side of him before it all goes, like as he says later,
All
it takes
goes
is one
tits
bad
up.
day. All goes
Right.
tits up. Right.
Yep.
It's terrible.
So-
Terrible as in a good way, not like oh this sucks, but
Sometimes the animation is a little wonky, like when he's crying, it's just this rapid.
yeah, he's kind of like the frames are clipping.
Yeah.
I'm watching it right now, actually.
And it's just Mark Hamill. Sometimes, for me anyway, Mark Hamill's performance, like in Heart of Ice, unless you really listen to Mark Hamill, you couldn't tell it was Mark Hamill. This one I can tell because he's got that froggy Mark Hamill voice that older Mark Hamill has. Which I don't know if that's from like cigarettes or after the car crash or motorcycle accident or
Getting
whatever.
old.
Yeah. But that's just my complaint.
He's pretty much talking about how
I don't have money. I'm trying to get like I screwed up a joke.
he
I
fucked
think
up.
that's
He didn't get a.
Yeah.
He's a failing comedian. The rent's late, and
The landlady hates him.
yeah, just his life sucks. There's a baby on the way.
Right. So all the shit that could hit the fan is hitting the fan, and he needs to get paid. So then it cuts back to So go ahead.
I do love this line he says here. So the effect of like ladies make more than that on the street, and they don't even have to tell a single joke or blow a punchline. You know, that's pretty good. Then it cuts to and then like you said, it transitions back, cuts to him staring at a fortune teller now.
Yeah. And then he shakes the guy's hand.
Landlord's on a fucking rusty elephant.
Right, on one of those rocker fucking ride things that you could face plant if you went too fast. And then, he's like, oh, so you don't want it, or it's a deal. And yada yada yada. And Joker's like, no, my people paid you, and this, that, and the other. And I don't know how this man lives in Gotham. Like, how the fuck do you sell land to the Joker
Right.
and think you're gonna get out of it alive? So they shake hands.
He
They
must
don't
have been
show you-
desperate, maybe.
Right. I don't think he shows. I don't know. Like, it's right. I'm watching it right now,
Yeah.
but I don't think they show, because in the book you can see the prick thingy, like
Yeah,
he pricks his hand, so that's why Joker's out.
He just peels something off his hand, really, in the movie.
Right.
Which I was like, what is that?
Oh, it's so good. And then he's just like da, 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 talking to a corpse, which is classic.
Cuts to like the scene. Oh, the imagery is amazing.
I love this frame, or I love that frame in the book, because it's literally just like a close up of that dude's face, like wide eyed and smiling and in super detail.
Horrifying.
I should try and find it. I'm gonna find it. So you can cover the Bat Cave if you want. The Bat Cave scene.
Oh, sorry. It took me a minute. Oh, like, what?
Nope.
So,
Yeah.
he's looking at
You're good.
files, which I love. If you look at the pictures, you see Jason Todd. You see Jason Todd's dead body. Or you see him and Harley together. You see the smiling fish. There's other cool references to classic stories. Then Alfred shows up, and for some reason Alfred has a stick up his ass. He's like, should I
So why?
should I just go away? And he's like, that'll be fine, Alfred. And then he's like, how? And then Batman's asking Alfred, goes, how can two people that hate each other so much yet know nothing about each other? And Alfred's like, don't be so sure he doesn't know much about you. Pretty much to that effect, which drives Batman up a wall. He's like, what do you mean? So like, because like, I lost my train of thought, but yeah, I mean, it shows the relationship between him and Joker and how volatile it is. And when you think about it too, I like in Death of the Family in the story, when literally Joker damn near gets in the Batcave, but jumps off halfway because he doesn't want to know who Bruce Wayne is or who Batman is. Or when it's revealed, he doesn't want to know, because like then it would ruin it. It would ruin everything for him. So like, you just wonder, like, if Joker did know his secret identity, like, would he care? Would he reveal it?
That's the thing. Like, so if you think about it in this way, Joker likes the kinky thing of wearing masks and being fucking like a sexual deviant. At least that's the way I think of it anyway.
Yeah.
So no, he wouldn't care. He's like, I don't give a shit. In fact, in that book, because I think they edited it in, you read the graphic novel, right?
Yeah.
I think they edited it to where Joker doesn't know, but in the actual run, he does know, because Bruce comes back to his cell and is like, hey, and he's like, I don't know who you are. Like, he doesn't care.
I like to.
So he doesn't even pay attention to him, I should say.
Yeah, and then another example is like the Harley Quinn animated series, when Scarecrow takes off Batman's mask and Joker flips the fuck out and kills Scarecrow for it. So that's another good example,
Bane.
I guess. Bane. We had to get that in. We're talking about Batman. We have to have a I'm gonna blow up Gotham Stadium reference. So there you go.
I'll show you, Travis. Who's laughing now? Fuck me over in a gas station.
Bane in that show is amazing. It's so.
But it's really kind of bad, because like, so clearly it's
a mock, you know.
Right.
But it's so good.
And that's how I think of Bane. Like, even before that show came out, I was like, Bane's dumb. Look at me, I'm a roided out luchador. I'm Bane. Even though he doesn't sound anywhere Hispanic, and Tom Hardy's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do some weird fucking whatever. And then everyone's gonna make fun of us.
And thus, Bane and Harley Quinn was born. So, getting back to the movie. Try to think if there's another thing. Alfred telling Bruce Wayne, or telling Batman, you can't save everyone. And he just responds, he drives me. Then it cuts to Gordon and
doing a photo or scrapbook.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is part of the infamous scene. So it's fun because you can see in the background, in the book anyway, it shows the cover of Detective Comics 27 is what he's cutting out, not the current thing that he is in the movie. But in the book, it's Detective 27, and it's always weird when he shows up. And when you told me about him, oh, he had a white face and green hair, it gave me nightmares and all this other stuff. And then they're gonna pour some drinks, have daddy-daughter time.
There's a reference to Catwoman when she's telling him, I found your Catwoman scrapbook, and like as she's opening the door or some shit, and then also he turns around and it's the Joker. With that fucking smile and those eyes. Like,
the even better part is, so he's dressed up like it's a fucking vacation.
Yeah.
Like he's going on a Hawaiian vacation.
Yeah, and so taking all the pictures and shit.
Opening the door, and then he shoots her in the spine. And proceeds to mock her by making fucking library jokes. Oh, the spine's damaged and pages are bent, and she'll never walk again, or whatever. Like a bunch of literary book things. And Gordon's like, you son of a bitch. And then two geezers from the 89 Batman movie beat him up real good.
Oh my god, and dude looked like it too.
So this is what I was talking about off stream with you before, is that this is one of those scenes that they put the money towards. Like, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And even when there's a scene coming up, or maybe a little later, where he's just staring at the carnival lighting up. It's like, you put all that money and effort into that scene, and it's on screen for like 5 seconds. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the two scenes, the one of him opening the door, and then the one of to prove a point, here's to crime. Those are great.
Oh, I love that line.
Then, those are fucking great. Even the cell where like you see the silhouette of his face, but not his entire face.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks a little off to me, but that's just me.
I think it was supposed to, in a way.
Like computer-wise, it looks like it's computer generated, not
like 2.5D.
Hand drawn. Yeah, it's not hand drawn.
But yeah, that scene where he's like watching the scene glow up, I remember thinking, why does he look fucking weird? Does he look like that in the comic panel?
There is no comic panel where he turns it on and it lights up. Like, it was literal. It's filler.
Oh my god.
So after the atrocity that Joker commits and kidnaps Gordon, we get a flashback.
He's talking to two gangsters.
Arthur Fleck.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna call him Arthur. Arthur is talking to two mob boys that are like, hey, so we need your assistance. And he's like, oh, we need you for a job. Okay. At what is it, Ace Chemicals?
Yeah, and they're the most stereotypical gangsters, and I fucking love it. It's funny how fucking what's his name in the beginning of the movie was stereotypical and cliche and to its worst. These two are stereotypical and cliche to its best.
They're Snidely Whiplash, like, for real. They could like twirl their mustache.
Hey, see?
And it'd be fine.
Why see?
Right. You did that. It reminded me of Courage.
I thought
see?
Yeah.
Shut up or you'll get the... So, hell does he say?
The French tickler.
Oh, Yeah, I don't remember what he says, but then he like smacks into the other toe so it bounces and hits the little one. Oh man.
What a segue. Amazing.
Right? So they're eating lobsters, which is weird. Or crawfish, that's what it is. Crayfish, crawfish. And dude's missing a tooth, and then they show him the Red Hood, which is actually a reference to Batman like 158 or something,
Mm-hmm.
where Red Hood shows up and it's literally the same costume. It's just some jackass with a pill on his head and a red cape.
I love
But
the
like
outfit. It's fucking cool.
like in Gotham, because I got that far because I was like, oh, okay, well maybe. Fell asleep through it. But Red Hood can be anybody. So when these gang members are like, hey, we need a job done, who's wearing the mask? You can literally just blame it on the Red Hood,
Yeah.
regardless of circumstance. So then he's like, I don't know. I mean, yada, yada, yada. And then I do believe this is a scene where the cop comes.
No, that's the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, because then it cuts to Joker lighting up the carnival and then cutting to
It's
Barbara.
fucking weird.
Yeah, kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know why. Probably trailer purposes, but that's other than that, that's all it filmed.
It's just such a weird fucking transition.
Yeah.
So then we get to the doctor's office, and he's poking her foot to see if she has feeling in it. Which
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an actual medical practice or not.
It is.
Okay.
Because in hair school, they would teach us that there's pressure points in the feet. So,
Right.
So you had to be. There was a. We were told we're not allowed to massage the feet of pregnant women.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you press the wrong pressure point on there, you could send her into birth or into labor.
Speaking of which, speaking of pressure points, do you know the show Shameless?
Yes.
And when you said that, so there's a scene in that show, I don't remember what season, but someone's having a hard time getting off.
God.
And apparently there's a pressure point or some shit that you can push and it'll just make you
Come.
finish. Yeah. I was trying not to be
Fuck it.
rip the band-aid off, Craig. Just fucking do it.
I'm
Anyway.
Googling it right now. Pressure point that makes you come.
Craig, this is gonna be
Fuck
screw
yeah.
jerking off.
We'll do it on Twitch. There's a special spot below your belly button, about 3 fingers width below. It's known as the Sea of Energy. An orgasm button on your body. I must know. What does the G spot feel like? Well, shove it up your ass and see what it feels like. I don't know. Fucking find out. This is a suggested question to me. Oh my god. Anywho, there's a fucking crippled lady.
We'll get back to you on that, guys.
There's a crippled lady. Her life is changed forever.
Forever. So then Batman shows up, and this is one of the parts, like this is out of the book, but the context for this movie changed. It's changed. Because in the book, it's just like, Batgirl, my partner, has been through me on all these, adventures, whatever they have been up to that point. And, my war, like one of my sidekicks, like one of my people is down. This one, it's like, oh no, that girl that I doinked got shot by a crazy clown person, and I feel super bad about it. And Bullock doesn't fucking help.
He just tells in the news about yeah. Joker taking advantage of her, which oof.
Yep. Which I don't remember that being implied in the comic like it is, because there's certain people that are like, oh no, he totally fucked her. Like, not necessarily. Or even assaulted her, because me personally, at least, like, Joker's a vile human being if he existed, but honestly, if he just stripped her down naked, I
feel like that's still just as bad.
Like, it's bad, but people think he full on raped her.
I think
You know
he
what I
full
mean?
on raped her.
Mm,
Because the way
I
she...
think he's asexual and doesn't care. Like,
well,
that's
you
the
can
thing.
still fuck.
He does.
He
What I'm
doesn't...
saying is,
And
he
like...
doesn't care to fuck.
And
Unless
his
it's
motive...
Batman.
And his motive... Like you said, his motive, why are you doing this? To prove a point. You know?
Right, but Barbara has nothing to do with it. Jim's the star of the show.
Yeah, in a way. Well, how... So, to fuck up Jim,
Barbara
he
was just
rapes his daughter. You know?
casualty. Maybe. I don't know. But that's just not how I read it. It's like, no, he just took pictures of her all bleeding and shit out on the carpet and naked.
I don't know, man.
'Cause
I'm
not a psychopath, so I don't know.
in the camp.
They're
Well,
so
I'm in the camp of he probably fucking raped her. That's rough. I mean, it's rough. Like, I don't mean to be smiling and laughing about it, but I don't know how else to react. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like,
right. So funny story about this, for the comic anyway, not for this book or for the movie. So when Alan Moore pitched this story, he was like, so I'm gonna, cripple Barbara Gordon. And the famous line, at least from the way it's told from the editor, was, cripple the bitch.
oh, what the fuck?
Alan Moore had no intention of this being in continuity, but DC being DC was like, hey, so this is super popular, so it's canon now. And Moore's like, look, I wouldn't have done that if you were going to say it was canon, but Comic Pop, Sal from Comic Pop was like, no, you would have done it because you're not 30 years in the, you know what I mean? 30 years in the future or whenever the fuck he said, oh, I probably wouldn't have crippled her. Like, no, you would have, like, you're not the same. You're not 25 years old anymore. You're 55. Like,
yeah, and you've had some time to think about it.
Correct. So it's like, no, you would have. Like,
yeah. And I like Oracle. I like the Oracle character. So like,
yeah, it's fine.
It turned out to be good.
It's a better, because the thing is like, Barbara got shot, she got crippled, and then she turned it around. That's the good part of this. That's a positive part of the story. She took this terrible thing, and I'm going to compare this to Batman. So Bruce took his parents' thing, was like, all right, I'm going to turn this into a positive, which I'm guessing she learned from Bruce. So Bruce and Barbara both turned their negatives into positives. So Batman, beats up crazy people.
Plus, in a way that opens up people like handicap fans are like, oh, hey, look at this. Like, they could have a character relate to in Oracle.
And then New 52 came up, and Barbara Gordon's Batgirl again, and she just magically got better because fucking dumb. Anyway,
yeah. Wait, so she gets shot and then she eventually gets her feeling back?
She gets shot and then through some dumb bullshit spine surgery that doesn't exist in real life, magically waves it away.
She inhaled a fetus, like Christopher Reeves.
Yeah, basically. And then, not to mention the muscle atrophy and all this shit, even though Batman's been around for 5 years or whatever the fuck the sliding time scale is for this dumb shit, somehow is able to walk magically again. Like, she would have muscle atrophy. Her legs wouldn't work like that. Like, it would take months.
Yeah, as I say, physical therapy.
A year of physical therapy to get her walking, let alone running around, jumping around, flipping. Like,
I was about to say, because like, that's career ending. You can't just go back to that. I mean, fuck. What if you undo all the surgery? What if you undo the surgery by fucking around like that?
Right. And you being a pro wrestler, it's like, yeah, you don't just go back to doing flips off the top rope.
All right, you gotta change it up a little bit for a little while anyway.
Until the doctor's like, you are clear. Even though in the DC universe we have fucking Superman and Lex Luthor and all these people that are like super smart and shit and can build robots and time travel and yeah.
I'm honestly shocked
But
they didn't go
anyway.
the Star Fox route where she just amputates her lower half and just gets robot legs.
Or even fucking War Machine in Civil War.
Yeah, you know.
Because he crashes, and then Tony's like, hey, we'll just give you robot legs. Cool? Cool.
Perfect. In exoskeleton.
He's fine.
She learns the Doctor Strange way of how to fucking manipulate her body into walking or some shit.
She'll just pull a Charles Xavier. I can walk. It's fine.
It's fine.
All right. So then we get to kind of a horrific scene. At least for me, anyway.
It's
And
pretty
seeing the
fucking
book,
scary.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? What is
He's
what is
naked.
this?
There's little people around
They
him.
strip him naked, and then there's methed out midgets.
Yeah.
Just like putting him
Crackheads.
into BDSM gear. Like, it's fucking weird. And then they tase him and have him on a leash. Like, what the fuck?
God, I love this dialogue. But from Joker, there is no sanity clause. Fucking
And then Joker sitting on a throne of dead babies. Because, you know.
I think those are dolls. I hope they're dolls. Jesus. God.
They're dead babies. They're still babies.
Baby dolls. God. Ugh.
Did I do that? Or, I didn't mean to.
He says something about, like, I forgot. There was a line about, like, where he compares to, like, candy floss or fucking cotton candy. Just, again, oh my god, the second half is so good. It's just, the first half fucking ruins it. God! Fucking, I've literally told people, skip to this part. Well, why? I want to watch the whole thing. Please don't, but I have to, or else I'm just like, ah, my god, just don't. Don't waste your time. And like,
I love the memories monologue. He's like, I don't remember. Oh, memories are a dreaded thing, like children. Or so, fucking, I'll find it.
yeah, he says something like, I prefer mine to be multiple choice. If
That's later.
That's later.
But yeah,
That's a good line
Yeah.
too, though. Fucking,
that's in talking about his past.
yes.
Quotes. Because I'm a nerd. I want to get this right. Oh, so like, you know, he says memories are so treacherous. One moment you're lost in a carnival of delights and pugnant childhood aromas and the flashing neon of puberty and all that sentimental candy floss,
There's the
which
line,
is what
okay.
you were talking about. And then the next it leads you somewhere you don't want to go, somewhere dark and cold, filled with the damp, ambiguous shapes of things you'd hoped were forgotten. Memories can be vile, repulsive little brutes, like children's, I suppose. I don't know why. Every time I hear that line, it has to have that Mark Hamill little hoot thing. But we can live without them. Memories are what our reason is based upon. If we can't face them, then we deny reason itself. Although, why not? We aren't contractually obligated to rationality. There is no
Sanity clause.
clause, right?
I love that fucking line. Like, who thinks of that?
Right. So when you find yourself locked in an unpleasant train of thought heading for places in your past where the screaming is unbearable, remember there's always madness. Madness is an emergency exit. You can just step outside and close the door on all those dreadful things that happen, and you can lock them away forever. And then Mr. Jim Gordon gets sent to through a giant Joker door.
That whole dialogue is probably up there with that Willy Wonka scene when they're in the tunnel and he just goes on that monologue. Like, it's fucking.
Come with me, and you'll see.
Oh my god. So then they cut to the flashback. Another flashback. When they're talking more about the job, and then the cops come in and pull Joker off to the side to tell him that his wife is fucking dead. Which, here's a problem I have with this scene. The way the gangsters talk to him, it sounds like they set it up, even though they didn't. it was an accident.
Freak baby
Yeah.
bottle warmer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it short circuited, and like, and he even says it's a 1 in 1,000 chance. But like, I don't know why, but the way the lines are delivered in this by the gangsters, it sounded like they did it. Which
Unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
Which he probably thinks they did. Like they had him scoped out.
Oh, yeah.
They had him scoped out, and we're gonna use this chump because he knows Access or Ace Chemicals or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't remember. Acme
Unreliable.
Chemicals.
That's pretty much the whole plot of the Joker film, isn't
89.
it? Well, like the Joker film, more like unreliable narrator.
Right.
Like, my brother was explaining that to me. He goes, he's technically not lying. He's just remembering it how he remembers it. He's telling it how he remembers it, which it can be fuddled.
Well, either that or he's lying to you.
Yeah.
Like in Dark Knight when Joker's like, you know how I got these scars? And it happens 3 times because Christopher Nolan is a film nut. So rule of 3 indicates, that's a thing that he does. So like the first time he's like, my dad beat me or whatever.
Yeah, and then my wife was fucking nuts.
Right. And did it to herself. So me being the good boyfriend that I am, I cut it myself.
Who the
and then
fuck
lets
does
it look
that?
like SpongeBob. Right. Or the Loan Sharks. That's what it was. It was the Loan Sharks. Loan Sharks came after me and blah, blah, blah. And then the third one he doesn't finish because Batman's like, there's people in Gotham. Anyway.
You want to know how I got these scars? No, but I know how you got these ones. Ah!
It's such a David Goyer line, which I'm assuming it is, because like in Begins, when he takes out Falcone and goes, I'm Batman. Fucking the hobo goes, or he turns and sees that hobo just laying on the dock, and he's like, nice coat, and then flies off. It's like, fucking really?
I love it. Nice coat.
And his voice in that movie. Who the fuck? But yeah, those two. Well, that voice in Begins is better than the one in Dark Knight. Like Nolan, you should have just stuck with the Begins voice. Okay, back to animated Batman. So Greg basically covered the gist of the scene.
Yeah. Oh, and when they continue talking about the job, he's like, "What the fuck's the point?" And they're like, "Oh no, you're still gonna fucking do this." They flash a gun at him, and they're like,
hell or high water,
yeah,
you are going to take us through this maze, you fuck.
And he's like, "Look," he's like, well, "You could bury your old lady in riches,
right, and luxury and all that sort of stuff."
It's like, Jesus, these callous motherfuckers.
Right? They got their man.
They got their man. So I think it's so sad. He loses his wife, his fucking baby, his job, and now he's got 2 gangsters beating up on him. It's sad. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I love
like
it though.
Mark Hamill's depressed voice is just like, oh, okay. It kind of reminds me of Droopy. Oh no.
Reminds me of Droopy. Woe is me. Boo hoo. Boo hoo.
Boo hoo. Oh no.
Jesus.
It's me, Arthur.
Then we cut to Batman shaking down some thugs trying to find the Joker. I assume they're former thugs of Joker or something, or also
the criminal.
I'm going to count to 10. 1, 9. It's like, Jesus Christ, Batman. And then he goes, I swear to God, swear to me.
Like that line was cool and Begins, but
I don't know. Kevin Conroy in this second half is fucking awesome with some of these delivered. I'm gonna count. I'm gonna count to 10. 1.
Oh no, that's a good line.
Yeah. 9.
Just the
swear to me you're not into.
Swear to me thing. I'm just like, ugh. And then Batman goes to this was what, 3 panels in the book
Mm.
where he just goes and fucking tries to find him. And what's funny is this fat guy could have been Penguin in Arkham Asylum,
No shit.
but they made in the book it's Penguin because Batman's got like his arm behind his back and like an arm bar, and there's a picture of Joker, and yeah. But instead they did this, which is fine.
I'm trying to think.
Like, you don't
Is
have
it
to have
is it supposed to be Falcone or it's a
No,
gangster?
it's some mobster.
Monster. I love. He's like, you done after he beats up everybody.
Oh yay! Now, oh nope, we're not in hell yet. Hold up, got one step, and I think this is added.
I do like the.
This is a different scene, or different from the book. Sorry.
I do like how the mobsters he's just like, we're afraid of you, but we're terrified of him. It's like Jesus. Yeah. I love too. He goes, our guys in our line of work, and Batman cuts him off. Criminals. Yeah, right.
Criminals.
Yeah, that scene's fucking cool too. And then we cut to the courthouse scene or the kangaroo court.
Which I don't think is in the book. I wish I prepped and got it out before.
This is a pretty good scene though, like for an add-on.
Like this is
order in the court. I'll have the ham on rye. Boo.
Tough crowd.
Doesn't have to be good to be a classic. This scene is great though, because he fucking pulls up a great fucking point. You know, like everyone calls out Gordon. He goes, "What do you do with a man who like doesn't care?"
Throw the book at him.
You throw the book at him. He goes, well, "What are you waiting for? Throw it!" He throws the book, and a Batman standee comes out, smacks against the standee, and then Joker calls him out. He goes, "Was it something to the effect of like, your partner is everything you're against," pretty much something like that. I wish I had the exact line. I'm not to that scene yet, but it's so fucking God. The imagery too is great, like the circus
and the two-headed lady,
the circus guys, and then the fucking the stuffed kangaroos, and the pews and the jury box.
I really like the Joker in this movie, and he like it might be in comics that I haven't read. But I like that he has the circus motif.
Yeah. It's definitely one of Mark Hamill's best performances, for sure, as Joker. I don't know if you would agree.
There's line readings that I'm not how I read it, and then we've talked about this before.
Yeah, we'll talk about it again too in a minute.
I sent you a reading that sounds like Mark Hamill, like it's spot on. But that's the way I thought it would always be read. And I don't like this scene where he's talking to the hookers, because it's this weird thing where fucking Azarello is like, "Oh yeah, Joker just goes and fucks hookers for no reason." Like,
Azarel is Azarel in the
Azarello, Brian Azarello.
Oh, the mob guy,
the author or co-writer of this movie. It's just like, "Oh yeah, Joker goes and fucks hookers." Like.
I do love how fucking Batman plays dumb.
What do you mean?
He goes, usually stops by to blow off some steam. What do you mean? Or you think
you
the most
were
important
literally
thing for him
doing
is
the hanky panky like half an hour ago, bro.
Hello. Have a fun time
with your best friend's daughter.
So why do you think he hasn't been visiting? Maybe found something. I don't know why I'm reading this out loud. Anyway, but yeah, he gets interrupted by a bat signal. Isn't it like
because in the book he gets the invitation? Well, it's just that montage, and then he's on the roof, and then Bullock gives him the invitation.
Oh, okay.
And this song's kind of cringy, but whatever.
Yeah, it is pretty cringy. I remember when
the animation's really bad too sometimes, like.
Yeah, when I watched, my stepdad was watching it for the first time, and when it got to that, I was watching a little bit of it because I didn't want to watch too much of it because I wanted to watch the whole thing at the time. Because this was before I saw it, and when it got into this song and number, I'm like, nope, and I walked out. I love Mike was like, Mike lost it when I left. He's like, Greg just said nope, and just left.
Because I'm doing.
Yeah, it's
Just don't give a fig.
yeah,
Which is the actual lyric. I looked it up. I was like, why doesn't he just say fuck?
no,
It, it's the actual lyric.
yeah, it's like you said, the animation is different too when you compare it.
So kind of like there's some parts where it's like, oh, that was really good, and then other parts just like, what the fuck are you doing?
And then it just turns really kind of fucked up when the pictures of Barbara flash on the screen while he's dancing and singing. It's like, oh fuck, oh
And then
boy.
the old man scream. Oh,
Yeah, and just hearing him the shrill the scream. The guy who played Gordon in this is fucking great too. Like
the unfortunate thing is, it was going to be Bob Hastings, but Bob Hastings died a couple years before this came out.
oh shit.
So it would have been Commissioner Gordon from BTAS, everyone's Batgirl that they remember from BTAS, even though she was played by two different actresses, and then Kevin Conroy.
Almost had a whole reunion.
Yeah. And then he gets all fucked up and it's like, ooh! And those midgets are holding his eyes open like it's fucking Clockwork Orange and shit.
Yeah, looking at the photos of her, which
Yeah.
as he screams her name, it's like, oh my god. It's like Jesus.
Jesus in a skirt.
Like for real.
So then Batman gets on the rooftop.
Gets the
Gets the
invitation.
invitation with the 2 tickets. I'm so glad you were here. Now, I don't remember what Batmobile they use.
Uh
Oh, I lied. There's another scene.
Because
Because this is the part in the book where he pulls him out and he's just kind of like in shock, you know? And
yeah,
then
because
he throws Gordon's naked ass into a bear cage, which is where Bruce finds him later on.
I love when
And he's
Joker.
like,
I love hearing Mark Hamill Joker swear when he says Jesus and he says Christ or something like that. It's just like, good God. And then later, which we'll get into, I laugh hysterically at it because again, it's weird hearing him swear. But
God damn it!
yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, that one. God,
I love that part.
He got the wrong
God
gun.
damn it!
Fucking.
But yeah. So then he's like, "What's more frightening than something in the book? The world's most I forget something about man." And then it's just Gordon kind of naked and afraid. And then we go to the flashback of the robbery.
Yeah, they're getting in there. I love the line when he's putting the helmet on Joker and he's like, "Hey, you have a funny shaped head." He goes, "Maybe I should have been a clown." I'm like, foreshadowing. Oh, that line's great though. I love it, but it's like, oh fuck. Again, I love this half. I just love it. I just
should have called him dickhead.
God. Fuck. God.
I wish it was all red. They should have just done a whole thing where the vision was all red instead of doing the sepia tone blend thing.
All right. Well, how else is he supposed to see?
Well, no, he would see, but it'd just be all red.
Oh, okay. So go more realistic with it, kind of like
Yeah. Because there's points in the book where it's like that, where technically in the book it's more fucked up because he's got 2 little eye circles that are red that he can see out of, and it's all like fucking weird. It's cool. And then this is definitely in '89. Not the Red Hood part, but the shootout at the chemical factory and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's security that they weren't expecting.
Yep.
Fucking, they get flanked.
And then I like
he gets lost. He's like, "Where do we go?" He's like, "I don't know." And he's about to say he's about to kill him, and then the gangster gets killed right before he pulls the trigger.
In the head. Yep. And then the other dude gets shot in the leg. It's like, it's the Red Hood, blah blah blah.
He's our leader. Go for him.
Yeah. I like the thing where he's like, "It's so loud." Then he gets fucking murked. Yeah. Like straight up murked. And of course, Joker doesn't get shot, and Batman's just like, "I'll handle it from here," and then
Shows
he
up.
jumps over. It's the Bat.
It's that human bat guy.
Oh no! Get away from me! And then he looks like the devil.
I love that image, like through the red fucking looks. Then he falls over, and then he goes in the fucking
Trips over his own cape. Batman doesn't punch him, touch him at all.
Oh wow! I never noticed that he doesn't touch him.
Nope.
So
And then Joker gets out of the thing,
he goes
which
through the
I thought
drain.
this could have been better too. But like the animation, I don't know.
Oh, because I say better how the laughing part.
Animation and then the laugh, in my opinion, is kind of weak. I know it's from an older Mark Hamill, but I'm just like, because his Joker laugh changed, and I know it's because he got older. I don't know if he smoked cigarettes or not. I'm not sure.
I
It
personally
sounds
love it.
real difficult. You know what I mean?
Probably took him a few takes, maybe. I personally love it though. It's and then the zoom in on his fucking eyes and mouth and like just the image. It's like yes, it's amazing.
They did so in the book, because I'm a stickler for books that I love. In the book, it's actually the 1940s Batmobile where he's got a giant dome, then he's got a giant bat face on the front of his car, and it's super cool. This one, they were like, "Oh, we'll just put the bat face on the animated series Batmobile because reasons."
Reasons.
And then this isn't really in the book either, where he fights all the fucking, like, I know
Circus
it's for the
peoples.
movie thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the circus people don't attack him.
Gotta go.
I like it. It's pretty cool.
The fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just him kind of fighting a bunch of.
Especially when he goes up to the throne to grab Joker, it's fucking the Wolfman in a Joker outfit. Damn near bites his face off like Jesus.
Bearded ladies. Yes.
Gotta love them bearded ladies. You know, Donald didn't think bearded ladies existed.
There's photographic evidence that they do.
He thought it was bullshit, though. I'm like, no, dude. There's bearded ladies. They're probably men dressed up as women, as the gag. But like, I'm sure there are actually bearded ladies. There's probably ladies.
There's
like,
a hormonal dysfunction of some sort.
Yeah, hormonal dysfunction of some sort.
Two-headed lady. I don't know how the fuck that happens. But
Siamese
whatever.
twins.
Yeah.
Twins.
Hey, it's like American Horror Story.
Oh God, I can't.
Show.
I can't watch it. It's too fucked up for me.
I stopped after 3 Covenant or whatever. I liked the first 2, but I was like, ugh.
The circus one was interesting, but like I couldn't finish it. It was still too fucked up. Like
it got weird.
I just can't.
It's a really weird show.
Yeah, it's not for me. I don't know why. Because I like weird shit. I like weird wild shit, but I just can't with that show for some odd fucking reason. But then Batman pretty much Joker shows fucking Gordon. Batman has to save him, and of course Joker does. Are you gonna save him or are you gonna get me? In a way.
Laughs. And then he shoots him with acid on his fucking shoulder.
Yeah.
And he's like, ugh! And then sprays neutralizer, I'm guessing.
Gets Gordon out of that cage, tells him.
My favorite line from James Gordon.
Yeah.
Gotta show him our way works. I want him brought in by the book.
By the book!
Yeah.
I think if we ever get a book, or if we ever sell books of some kind, I'm going to have just the scene from this where it's just him yelling, "Buy the book!" Because it's
just the audio clip.
Yeah,
buy the book.
It's great. You know, what else could you ask for? So. And
it's also funny because we have to show him our way works. What, a fucking lunatic in a goddamn bat costume beating the shit out of something? Like, Gordon, you realize your way is just as crazy as the Joker's way, right? Like,
yeah, I love when they.
I know that's the joke of the book.
Yeah,
like, you're both crazy because you're assholes in costumes running around. Like,
And then when they cut back to Gordon, the whole like he has this look on his face like, oh fuck. He's like, oh boy.
I really like this. I love this funhouse. Batman in a funhouse is just cool.
And then Joker gives
And
his
it's like-
his bad day monologue, which is an amazing monologue in itself. Because like think about it, like when he brings up the point of all it takes is just one bad day to.
I love it. It's like one bad day, and you turn into me. What? I gotta look it up, dude, because there's parts in it where I'm just like, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, he like because it's one of those reasons like why do you love a villain isn't a villain never thinks he's a villain when he thinks he's in the right, that sort of deal.
Where is it? Yeah. All it takes is one bad day to reduce sanus my analyzed to lunacy. That's how far from the world is from where I am. Just one bad day. You had a bad day. Am I right? I know I am. I can tell. You had a bad day. Everything changed. Why else would you dress up like a flying rat? You had a bad day, and it drove you as crazy as everybody else. But you won't admit it. And you have to... and you have to keep pretending life makes sense. Like there's a point to all this struggling. And, he's like, God, you make me want to puke. I mean, what is it with you? What made you what you are? Girlfriend killed by the mob? Brother carved up by some mugger? Something like that, I bet. Something like that. And he almost hits it on the head.
Yeah,
Like,
he's so close to saying what actually happened, but he doesn't get it right. And then they go into that scene where like it's his old like apartment, Joker's old apartment, just upside down. And then he just proceeds to go ham on that ass. And I remember you said, like, was it the delivery of the line when he's just like, why aren't you laughing? I saw the panel, and, like, yeah, he doesn't scream. He doesn't yell at him. He looks sad.
Like,
if anything, he looks
he's
sad.
sad.
Yeah, because he's like, why isn't he laughing?
I'm tired of doing this.
Yeah.
Like,
then
just like, please, I'm begging for help in the only way that I know how. Like, that's the way I read it is Joker sitting here going, I'm going to make an example, but honestly, I'm screaming for help. At least at this point in the story.
I love he's like, when he goes, why aren't you laughing? And then Batman goes, because I've heard it all before, and it wasn't funny then. And then he explains...
It wasn't funny the first time.
But it wasn't funny the first time, and he says how Gordon's fine, and maybe it is just you. And it's like, oh!
Joker gets pissed. And I love this, because it's, again, Alan Moore kind of being an asshole, and just being like, haha, stupid costumes are stupid. Or, superhero costumes are stupid. But Joker takes Batman's mask and pulls it over his face. And then proceeds to hit, or I don't know in the movie, but in the book, he picks up a 2x4 and hits him in the head with it.
Yeah. Then he pulls a gun on Batman. They struggle. They go out the window. Pulls out the gun.
Kicks him in the face.
Fires it, and it's a fucking joke. It's a gag gun.
God damn it.
And he just goes, God damn it. He fucking throws it. It's just, I love it. Then he's just like, all right, you gonna kick the shit out of me or what? And Batman...
let's get on with this. He's like, no.
He's like, no. And then he's like, I don't know why you are the way you are, but maybe we can fix this. Offers him help. And...
Joker's like, no, it's far too late for me.
Yeah, he's like, no. And then suddenly... Joker, it's like that quick pause, and then Joker goes, he tells the joke where it's like,
well, at first he starts giggling,
because
he's like, this reminds me of a joke, and then he tells there were two guys in a lunatic asylum, and one day they decided, we don't want to be here, so they break out, and they're about to get out, but there's a tower and another tower, and they have to jump across. So the first guy jumps across and goes, all right, I'm going to turn on the flashlight so you can walk across. And he's like, what? You think I'm crazy? Like I'm crazy? Or you're insane or whatever the fuck the punchline is. I just fucked it up. Which is something that
he says something to the effect of, what are you, crazy? You'll just turn it off while I'm halfway
through. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's... it's just like, it's one of those, wow, that was terrible. And like, there's that pregnant pause, and then Joker starts laughing, and then fucking suddenly Batman starts laughing, which is kind of unsettling.
Well, the thing, before we get to that, because that's also a problem that I have personally. But that's just because Grant Morrison said it's a thing, so now everyone's like, "Whoa, yeah, of course, whatever." But no, I forgot where I heard this, but someone pointed out that maybe that joke that he told about the two guys in a lunatic asylum is the punchline that he flubbed. Possibly.
It's
Not
possible.
blatantly stated anywhere, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, they're laughing, and then like you see Batman put his hands on Joker, and then it pans to the floor, and then it goes into the credits,
Raindrops. Yeah.
and it's like I remember when I first saw it, I didn't understand. I'm like, wait, what? And then like I looked it up, and I found out the debate of did Batman kill Joker? Because like there's the theory that he strangled him, or then there's a theory that he
Yeah.
didn't. Which
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your take on that?
Not strangling him
Right?
because
Because he stops laughing. They notice Joker stops laughing. And
in the
just,
movie.
oh,
Because in the book it's ambiguous. In this, they're like Grant Morrison said fucking murders him.
so he
That's the way it's
even
gotta be.
confirms in the movie. So he confirms that the original was he was supposed to kill him.
That's his take.
That's his take.
But Grant Morrison didn't write Killing Joke.
Oh,
Alan Moore did. Alan Moore thinks this is a shitty Tuesday script and is like, oh, whatever. It's not about anything because everything has to be fucking grandiose and whatever with Alan Moore. But no.
So Alan Moore never stated which or the other?
No, because he hates the story. Like, he's like, it was a shitty thing. I just did it to get out of my... Like, he didn't say this, but pretty much he was getting pissed at DC. So he's like, I want out. And they're like, do one more Batman story because you did two phenomenal Superman stories and Swamp Thing and all this other shit. And Green Lantern stories and Vigilante stories and a Green Arrow story. And Alan Moore's like, I want out. So they're like, write this one Batman story and we'll get out. Or you can leave. It's like, okay.
If this is him half-assing, my God.
Right.
That's
like
insane.
Clearly it's just like, I just threw it together. It's just about two, wackos in a fucking, two wackos in costumes being, it's childish. Whatever.
What the fuck?
But no. I like the more ambiguous thing, and also I don't subscribe to Batman killing him. Just because it's called the Killing Joke doesn't mean someone has to die.
Or it could just be an expression.
It's the killing joke
metaphor,
of like
excuse me.
their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe after this, Joker just stops, or they stop doing this dance. You know what I mean? Like the police take him away, and he just kind of goes away. I don't know, but it's in continuity, so obviously the Joker doesn't die because it's in continuity.
Yeah, because they made it canon.
Right. So it's like, that's a dumb take. If it was a standalone graphic novel, whatever. But as it stands now, it's in continuity. It's been retconned to happen and then retconned again to not happen. So in 3 Jokers, and you may want to read it, so maybe I shouldn't spoil anything, but 3 Jokers is a huge ass retcon to this story.
Definitely have to read that then. But that was the
art's phenomenal in that book.
Yeah. Oh, well, we forgot about the post-credit scene where they cut to Barbara Gordon.
Okay. So basically, the gist is Barbara's like, I got my life together and became Oracle. Like,
ta-da! There's a happy ending.
Yeah. Barf. Not that, like, I don't know. It's just like,
it's like sequel baity in a way, but there's no sequel. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
What are you baiting?
Why?
They're masturbating.
Like,
that's what they
do.
do.
She's okay. No shit. She got shot in the spine. Like, the doctor said she would be okay. She just couldn't walk. Like, but it's about Barbara. It's Barbara's story. really, it's not. It's Joker. It's a Joker story and Batman like
So, yeah.
their relationship story. It has nothing to do with Barbara. Barbara was a casualty. Joker didn't even know she was Batgirl. It's not like in you know, Return of the Joker when he kidnaps Tim Drake and then Tim Drake tells him, you know, oh, Bruce is Batman and, you know, fucking that. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a
Watch the
whole...
second half of the movie. Don't bother with the first half unless you like cringy dumb shit, but even still, it's not fun, cringy dumb shit. We make it sound fun, but it's trash.
It's pretty bad.
You'll be cringing and then you won't get to the second half, which is marginally better. But for certain people, myself, it has flaws. But that's just me being picky.
Yeah.
If I was in charge, then I'd do certain things differently, but that's just me.
I would echo pretty much. I think the second half is really good shit. Like the dialogue's amazing in the second half. The fucking interactions, the visuals are great, but that first half is just fucking ass. It's garbage.
Unneeded.
It's unnecessary. It's fucking filler. I've never seen a movie have so much filler to start.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand. Other than the fact of they tried to make Barbara Gordon getting shot in the spine more fucking impactful, but they failed to do that. Because it just made me hate her. Because she was annoying.
So then you're basically echoing the editor saying, yeah, cripple the bitch. I don't give a shit.
You know? I mean, just get to it. Fucking
just shut her up. God. Get her off my screen.
Do a montage. You could have done a montage of them working together or some shit. You could have done a lot of different things, but no! You had to make us watch 30 minutes of bullshit.
Your bullshit fan fiction. Barbara fucks Bruce and it gets real weird and has weird connotations and no one else likes that shit.
It's fucking...
Sorry, Bruce. You're not always right.
Yeah, it's only, it was only interesting in Return of the Joker when fucking Barbara revealed that to Terry. That's it.
Even though it's still not, like, it's not blatantly in front of your face.
No, like that is. Like, she's just... Because when you get the realization, you're like, oh, shit. This is just like, what the fuck?
Right. Well, even in the animated series, I don't remember which Batgirl, the original one, where he's blue-gray and has the oval on his chest. It's in a dream sequence for Barbara because she's training and then she takes out like Penguin, Riddler, and Two-Face or something, and then they end up kissing, but then Barbara wakes up. So, like, Barbara having a crush on Bruce, I could buy, but her full-blown being like, give me that bat dick? Nah. Like, a schoolgirl crush, I could see. But otherwise than that, it's like, no. It doesn't go anywhere because then she gets attached to Dick.
And then
Robin.
Don't they like allude that she might have cheated on Dick with Batman?
No,
because they do have a relationship in that series.
They broke up.
Or not
they
in the
broke
series,
up
but yeah.
They broke it off after Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
And then throughout TNBA and Mystery of the Batwoman, allegedly Bruce is dating Barbara throughout that entire show.
Okay.
And then in the tie-in comics for the Beyond thing that was online, the reason why Dick left, well, aside from I think after he quit being Robin is, sorry, not Sub-Zero, but the old wounds. So when Joker knocks him off and then Batgirl and him stop Joker from doing the $2 million thing, and he has the airplanes and he crashes them and all that stuff, and he's like, ugh, I don't hit your kids. Hey, actually, come to think of it, I do. And then he like knocks her off a building and Robin saves her, and then he quits and punches Batman in the face. Well, there was a retcon in a comic that's not canon to the DCAU that Bruce fucked Barbara. But that's not the shocker. She was pregnant with Bruce's kid and then had a miscarriage.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
No.
Comics.
We don't need that. We really don't need that. Get it away.
So, yeah.
What a wonderful fucking image. Is this loss? So
it's like, how about no?
How about no?
Throw that shit in the garbage.
Lovely. Well, I do unfortunately there won't be any games tonight. I have to go to bed and wake up in the morning for work.
Oh,
because
damn.
This actually went pretty late. Actually, this is probably our longest podcast in a while. So
maybe.
Yeah. You're the fucking host. You fucking end it.
All right. So that was The Killing Joke. Verdict is watch the second half, like 31-minute mark. You can start the movie and you'll be right as rain. Plugs, Gregory. Since you always make me do them first, you can do them now.
You can find me on Twitter at Moondogmurray, the Shellshock Network at ShellshockNet. You can listen to other shows such as Plastic People Podcast and Drunk in Your House and other episodes of Animations Anonymous on all your favorite listening apps such as SoundCloud, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, and such, so on and so forth.
You can find me Noir1930 on Instagram and Twitter.
Beautiful shit.
Tell me how wrong I am about this movie or not. I mean, it's pretty much panned across the board, but whatever.
Yeah, it flopped. It was a flop, which sucks, but it was.
I paid $5 for the Blu-ray. I was like, I bought it from Disc Replay, so I was like, Warner Brothers doesn't get any of my money, and I'm not paying over $10 for it. So we Gucci.
Win-win.
But adios.
Goodbye.
And